Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. I am Violet Hyena. You are here with perfect timing, and I am here to do readings for people with perfect timing. And I have 13 decks, and they all have a lot to say, and I pick which one gets to speak by using a regular playing card deck to pick which one gets to speak. But until there are questions, I really can't do much. So I'm gonna boop this into the chat. It's been booped. Welcome, please drop your questions in chat, and I'll get to reading them ASAP. Reading or cards to feed to fill the void. There we go. Ta-da! Let's do... Money and the Law of Attraction. Oh, it's a holiday weekend. I don't know how busy it might be. It might be busy. It might not be busy. I guess I'm going to find out. And this is the information card. Don't look. Don't look. It's very shy. Yeah. Money and the law of attraction. Boo 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 boo. Alright, let's see. Achieving success is my natural birthright. You are meant to succeed, and a failure should feel bad to you. Life is supposed to go well for you, and when it does not, there is something wrong. But what is wrong is not something that is outside of you, over which you have no control. What is wrong is within you, and you do have control. And taking control is not difficult to do once you understand the basis of who you are, the basics of the law of attraction, and the value of your emotional guidance system. I notice you. It comes not by magic, but by universal law. Start telling a better feeling story about the things that are important to you. Do not write your story like a factual documentary, weighing all the pros and cons of your existence, but instead tell the uplifting, fanciful, magical story of the wonder of your own life and watch what happens. It will feel like magic as your life begins to transform right before your eyes. But it is not by magic, it is by the power of the laws of the universe and your deliberate alignment to those laws. My attention to unwanted attracts more unwanted. For every pleasing thing, there is an unpleasing counterpart. For within every particle of the universe, it is that which is wanted as well as the lack of which is wanted. When you focus upon an unwanted aspect of something, in an effort to push it away from you, it only comes closer, because you get what you give your attention to, whether it is something that you want or not. It is up to you to focus upon and attract what is wanted. I can make a career of living happily ever after. A very good career choice would be to gravitate towards the those activities and to embrace those desires that harmonize with your core intentions, which are freedom, growth, and joy. Make a career of living a happy life rather than trying to find work that will produce enough income that you can do things with your money that will then make you happy. When feeling happy is of paramount importance to you, and what you do for a living makes you happy, you have found the best of all combinations. Oh, I'm gonna get a drink. Ah. Ah. It is bright orange. It is. It is water flavoring. Don't worry. It's orange creamsicle. It's very tasty. I am developing the skill to direct my thoughts. The most valuable skill or talent that you could ever develop is that of directing your thoughts towards what you want. To be adept at quickly evaluating all situations and then quickly coming to the conclusion of what you most want, and then giving your undivided attention to that. There is a tremendous skill in deliberately directing your own thoughts that will yield results that cannot be compared with results that mere action can provide. Yay, there's Francis John. Hi, Francis. And Violet, as Francis says, hi, Violet. Hi. How are you today? I am here and awake. The day has been good. It is just the end of the day for me. So, like every stream, I'm done and then I go to bed. But I'm good. I hope you're doing well. I do not need to have money to attract money. You do not have to have money to attract money, but you cannot feel poor and attract money. The key is you have to find ways of improving the way you feel from right where you stand before things can begin to change, by softening your attention to things that are going wrong and by beginning to tell stories that lean more in the direction of what you want instead of the direction of what is currently happening. Your vibration will shift, your point of attraction will shift, and you will get different results. And Francis says, I see. How are you not getting depleted with no energy exchange? I'm well, thank you. How are you not getting depleted with no energy exchange? I'm not sure what that means. How am I not getting depleted with no energy exchange? I did meditate before I started. Like before stream, I meditated, and that's where I got energy. I want to harmonize with what I believe is good. I want to be the best that I can be. I want to do and have and live in a way that is in harmony with my idea of the greatest goodness. I want to harmonize physically here in this body with which I believe to be the best or the good way of life. If you will make those statements and then do not take action unless you feel good, you will always be moving in harmony with your idea of that which feels good. Francis says, to put it bluntly, another tarot reader asks for some kind of exchange, like payment, gifts, likes, subscribes. Oh, right. Okay. So here's the dealio. I cannot do any of that until I reach 500 subscribers. Because when I reach 500 subscribers, I'll be able to unlock super chats, which will allow people to do the super chats if they want to go faster and get their readings done beforehand. And I think super stickers do something too. But there's I can't really charge anything until that happens. I see. You're such a passionate and helpful reader. I hope you get 500 real fast. Okay? I appreciate that. Thank you. I have been doing this for, at least 2 months now. I have gotten to 200 subscribers, and I used to be at 120. It'll work out. And besides, I do have my Etsy. If anyone wants to go and buy themselves something, that would help out. And if they want to, they can go and donate through my Ko-fi. My Ko-fi? I think that's what it's called. So it's not like there aren't things that they can go and do. But where I'm at right now, I'm also doing a day job, so I can't do this full time. And even if I could, it would probably burn me out because I only have a limit of 2 hours a day. Francis says, I feel like your page should have at least 2K followers. Maybe consider adding free tarot card readings in the title. Is that not in the title? I may have to change that. I'll have to fiddle with that title later. Some readers from India do it as their full-time job. You know what? I would love to do this as a full-time job. It would be fun. It would be fun. And Francis says, no, it's not the title. People normally search the word free tarot readings. Right. But also consider it is summer. Not everyone is online. A lot of people are on vacation or outside. So, when winter picks up, is when people come inside and go online, and there will be many more people going and watching live streams to connect with other people. Very true. Francis Johnson's very true. I'm using this summertime as like a training time because there's not that many people. But I plan to do my live streaming like this, so why not practice what I plan to continue to do? And Francis John says, question, what are the feelings and intentions of Francis towards Violet? Okay, sure. Sure. Interesting. What are the feelings and intentions of Francis to Violet? Feelings and intentions. Let's find out. Let's look. I'm just gonna find out what the cards have to say. It sounds like a very interesting experiment. Put that there for now. Which deck? Which deck? Quick, which deck? Number 4, Hufflepuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Prisma Tarot. Prisma Visions Tarot card deck. And I'm a Hufflepuff, so haha. Alright. So, the feelings and intentions of Francis towards Violet. Feelings, intentions of Francis towards Violet. Alright, so feelings and intentions. We have the Page of Pentacles for feelings and the Ace of Swords for intentions. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles is the youth of... excuse me, I burped. Excuse me. Pentacles is wealth, health, earth, and resources. So the feeling is a youth focusing on wealth and learning about it. And learning how to get resources. And the funny thing about this one is that the youth is all tangled up in one of the plants. And that's significant because he's a little too preoccupied with the wealth to see he's getting all tangled up and stuff. So that is the feeling. So a page with pentacles. A new person and looking at money. Well, that makes sense with the topic we were talking about earlier. And then the attentions are the Ace of Swords, which is Ace is the beginning, and swords are of the mind. And the mind is, swords are of the mind, they're logic, and usually conflict. But it's all logical, mind-based, and air. It's funny that this page is starting out new, and this thought cycle is starting new. So it's fresh, a new thought. So these are new thoughts from Francis to Violet, and then the feelings are a youth looking at wealth and learning about wealth and resources. And that was kind of the topic earlier. Alright, so I hope that helps you out, Francis. I hope that answers your question. They're both beginnings, though, because the page is youth and the ace is the beginning of a suit. And we have only known each other for a little while. Alright. I'm gonna put this deck away and then we have some water and catch up on chat. Ah, tasty. Okay. And I see YK Joe is here. Let's see. YK Joe says, "Hi, Violet. Beating heart. Hi, YK Joe. What's coming for me this month? I will add you to the list, and then once I catch up on chat, I'll answer your question." YK Joe. And what's my future love life going to look like? What should I focus on more this month? Is there anything holding me back from moving on, reaching my potential? How's the weather over there, Violet? I'm going to answer all these questions. You wait. And Margaret says hello. And Francis says, "Thank you for the reading. I appreciate it." And Margaret says, "Is Paul happy about what he did to me?" Margaret is on the list. And you are welcome, Francis. Margaret says, "Will Paul be surprised when I take him up for child support when I move?" Will Paul come to court for child support? And YK Joe says, "You sound kind of tired, Violet. You alright?" I'm okay. just have to figure out how to do all your questions, like, hey Joe. You have so many. Alright, let's do this one step at a time. Alright, first, which deck wants to answer YK Joe? And your. I know, like, some of them are, like, personal questions, but it's like you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions in a row. It's just funny. Okay, which deck can I put some my future love? Okay, so I have to sort through the questions. Hold on. Okay, these are definitely tarot card. These are definitely tarot card questions. Which deck? Which deck? The Nine of Slytherin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the Gay Tarot. The Gay Tarot. Okay, so I'm gonna do like 2 at a time. Alright, maybe. So, what is coming for YK Joe and this month? And then what's YK Joe's future love life look like? Alright, we'll start off with those. Okay, so what is coming for YK Joe this month? And what's YK Joe's future love life going to look like? Okay, so what is coming for YK Joe this month? 2 of Wands, and what's future love life gonna look like? Alright, the Wheel of Life, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so what is coming for by Keijo this month? It is the Two of Wands. And wands are fire, action, manifestation, magic, creation. And two is usually like a balance or deciding number between two things, a duality, if you will. And the wands is a choice between actions. One action or another action. So you're going to have to make decisions this month. I'm sorry. You're going to have to make choices. You're going to have to do them. And that is what is coming for you this month. You're going to have to make decisions. And then the future love life is the Wheel of Life, which is normally called the Wheel of Fortune. It is a major arcana. So it is a major deal in your life. And it is the karmic wheel of the universe doing its I want to say slightly chaotic thing, but it's very organized. Where we might see chaos, the universe would say, "Oh, that's just lined up here for this other thing to happen." So this is a fate card. Like, this is fated. It's going to happen in time, not by your time. It's gonna be happening by fate's time, or the universe's time, the divine timing, all of the timing with the Wheel of Life. So don't get impatient with it. Just go towards the opportunities of love. And that is for those two questions. And then down. Okay, and what to focus on this month? Is there anything holding Waikidjo back from moving on, reaching their potential? Anything holding Waikidjo back? Okay, so what should Waikidjo focus on more this month? Is there anything holding Waikidjo back from moving on, reaching the potential? Okay, so what should you focus on this month? It's Ten of Cups. And is there anything holding Waikidjo back? The Eight of Coins. Okay. So we have the Ten of Cups, which is what you should be focusing on this month. You should be focused on your end goal for your emotional needs, your emotional fulfillment, because cups are emotion and water and relationships. So you have to be focused on your happiness and your ideal life. And then what's holding you back it seems to be a mastery of coins, and because 8 is mastery, and coins is wealth, health, and earth. And resources. So, and this is mastering your craft in making wealth. And that seems to be holding you back. You might be too focused on the wealth part or the making of things, and that's holding you back from things that are making you happy. Because while coins make you money, emotions make you happy. So I hope that helps you out for those questions. Okay, and then we have Margaret's. Okay. Is Paul, is he happy about what he did to Margaret? Will Paul be surprised when I take him up for child support when I move? Paul, will you be surprised about the child support? And will Paul come to court for child support? Paul, will you go to court for child support? There you go. I'm gonna have to drink water first. Ah. Okay. Put this deck away, and then we'll pick a deck for Margaret. Which deck? Which deck? Which deck? Which deck? Which deck for Margaret? Okay, we got 7 of Slytherin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is everything. Every little thing you do is magic, you know. Na 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 na. It's magic, you know. Okay, so this. So is Paul happy about what he did to Margaret? Will Paul be surprised? Will Paul be surprised when Margaret takes him up for child support when she moves? Will Paul come to court for child support? Okay, is Paul happy? Will Paul be surprised? And will Paul come to court? Okay, so they're all no. Okay. So we're going to look into the details about why they're no, but they're all no. Is Paul happy about what he did? No. The world is being connected to the world, and it is a major arcana. And Paul has many other things to focus on besides being happy about what he did to you. He's kind of moved on. Like he's apparently he's found peace with whatever he did with you. And he's just not worried about it. And then is Paul surprised? Is Paul gonna be surprised when you take him up for child support? No. He's kind of this is the Ten of Swords. So it's the mind, logic, it's air. It's a little bit of conflict. It is stabbing the little deer, which is kind of poignant because this is about child support. He's kind of given up on fighting it. Like this topic tires him out, and he's just not gonna deal with it. He's gonna let it go. He's gonna just mentally just accept it and move on, because this is just, like being stabbed in the coffin or stabbing the small deer. It's just gonna be another pain on top of another pain. So he's just tired and defeated at that point. And then, will Paul come to court for child support? And that was a no. And then this card is the Star, which is also a major arcana. So you got two major arcana here. And the Star is basically hope for things to turn out nicely. But I think the world and the Star go well together for Paul. Because he's focused on other matters and the Star is in the sky. He's just not he's not focusing on the court stuff as much as you might want him to. He's doing other distracting things, but no, that's it. So he's doing other distracting things besides the court stuff to get through it, because court is not fun. Who wants to look at court papers? Nobody. Nobody wants to look at court papers. But yeah, that is what the cards say. And I'm gonna have a drink and look back on chat. I'm gonna have a drink of orange. It's orange creamsicle. It's very yummy. And it's flavored water. It's good stuff. Ooh. Ah. Okay, let's look at chats. Make a new list, probably. And Monkey Joe said, "You sound kind of tired, Violet. You alright? I'm fine. Don't worry about it." Francis is back on the list. Question: is Francis going to meet a romantic potential after 7 days? Very good question. Just a suggestion, can we take one question at a time to allow others their turns? So, as the tarot card reader here, this is just the chaos of doing live readings. So far everyone is really well behaved and they line up their questions and it's okay. And I just have to ask everyone to be patient. I will try to get to every question I can in my 2 hours. Because I am so used to doing like Margaret's questions 3 at a time. And so YK Joe's bunch of questions really didn't bother me. I was just, whenever I get questions, I have to take a moment and process them because you guys might have questions, but I have to translate that for the cards. That way the cards can translate things to me. That way I can translate stuff to you guys. So, just, I would appreciate everyone's patience in letting this process go forward. Thank you. And friends, so YK Joe says, "Thank you so much, Beating Heart." You're very welcome. And John says, "When will my parents give me my money back?" John, you are on the board. And John says, "I know I create my reality, so it's all my mindset, so maybe I should think differently about it." I think that is a very interesting perspective, John. Think about that for a while. Just think about it. Or maybe ask a question for the cards. Okay, so I'm going to do the list, and Francis says, "Makes sense. Please proceed." Awesome. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so Francis. Which deck? Which deck? The quick deck. Number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Supernatural deck. There we go. Supernatural. Oh, Winchesters, we ask for your advice. Okay, is Francis going to meet a romantic potential after 7 days? Is Francis gonna meet a romantic potential after 7 days? Is Francis gonna meet a romantic potential after 7 days? And the answer is no. Sorry, Francis. We're going to look into the card for more answers. And this is the Ace of Bones. And bones in normal tarot cards are wands. And wands are fire, creation, magic, and action. And the start of a new flame is not now, not yet. But it is there. It's in your blood, or it's in your bones. It's just not started yet. And that is what the cards have to say. Not within the not oh, what was the full question? Is Francis gonna meet the romantic potential after 7 days? After 7 days? After 7 days. Anyway, the cards still said no. Not yet. So I'm not sure what your time frame is, but it's not after 7 days. Hope that helps you out. And then John's was, when will my parents give me my money back? You know what? I'm going to ask the Cosmic Timing deck because that is a time-related question. Cosmic Timing deck. It's all about timing. Perfect timing. Cosmic Timing deck. So, when will John's parents give John his money back? When will John's parents give John his money back? And the answer is in September. In September. I hope that helps you out, John. Okay, Francis says, makes sense. Please proceed. Oh my god, nice. Not yet is better. And thank you for that. And John says, why September? I'll ask the cards. Which deck? Which deck? You know what? Why September is an all cosmic question. So I'm going to open that up to all my cards. Why September? Jack, which is 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ask and it is given, which thematically is perfect. Okay. It's the information card. It's shy. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Stop, you're making it uncomfortable. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry, actually. So, why September? Why September? Why September? Okay. I will never cease being or desiring. You will never cease to be. New desires will be constantly born within you. Source will never stop answering your desires, and your expansion is, therefore, eternal. And so you may begin to relax if, in this moment, there is something you desire that has not yet come to fruition. So the card is explicitly saying, relax. You're worrying too much. Stop it. Alright, I hope that helps you out, John. It might not be a pleasing pleasing answer to your question, but it is an answer. Don't worry about it. It'll come. You just gotta let it. Alrighty. And question. Okay, and then I need water, and then I'll return to chess. Okay, so Francis back on the list. Question: is my current employer planning to give me Francis, additional work from another department? And John says, you like the Rider-Waite deck. I do not like the Rider-Waite deck. As you can see, none of my cards are the Rider-Waite deck. None of them. Okay. It's just not my style. It has its purpose. I learned from it. And I learned the meanings of the basics, but that they're just not what I like to use. I like to use the prettier pictures. And the weird ones too. Like the octopus chariot. These are just more fun for me. And Nicole, I hope that answers your question, John. Nikolai Superstar says, hey, honey, how you doing? And Preston says, hello, Sparkle Heart. Hello, Preston, welcome. You are allowed to ask your question. No need to wait or anything. Nikolai says, how will the general public in Hollywood versus home perceive me? Remember last time I asked about the celebs? Now I want to know about the public. Just for fun, because I'm out of serious questions. That's okay. So Nikolai is on the board. I notice you. That's my phone. Go. Alright, so I've caught up on chat. I'm gonna have another drink of water and then card time. Card time. Ah, refreshing. And for Francis, which deck? Which deck? Which deck? Which deck? Which deck? Which deck? A quick deck. 8. So 8 of Hufflepuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is the yes. So Catterit. 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 Boop. Let's see, the question is my current employer planning to give me work, Francis, additional work from another department? Is my current employer planning to give me work, Francis, additional work from another department? Okay, so I am trying to figure out this question. So is your current employer, that's the topic, planning, the verb, to give, another verb, me work, Francis. Work is the noun, but Francis is you, and then additional work, which is noun, from another department, a place. So are there two Francises? Or is there supposed to be a question mark after work? You know what? I'm gonna treat it as like two questions. Cause it's like my brain is trying to understand this question. So, is current employer planning to give Francis work? And or Francis additional work from another department. Give me work. Francis or you know what? We're gonna just put or additional work from from another department. To clarify, someone said my employers are thinking of moving me to another department. Okay. So, I was thinking, I will remain in current department but be given new tasks from another department. Okay, so the question is, will the current employer give Francis additional work from another another department? Alright, good job. We figured it out. We got this. Sometimes it just takes a little finagling. It's okay. But now we have a clear question, which is amazing. I love clear questions, and so do the cards. It makes it so much easier to read it. Alright, so is the current employer going to dump more work on Francis from a different department? Let's find out. Okay, so is the current employer going to dump more work on Francis? And the answer is no, I believe. It's one of those cards where I have to look at the other cards and see where the symbols are. Yeah, get back. Come back. Yeah, so that's a no. However, to look further into the details of this card, it is a no. It is the 10 of the 10 of swords, and in this deck it is represented by the claws of the cat, which is absolutely hilarious. The swords suit of this particular deck is swords in other decks. Again, why I don't like the Rider and Waite decks is because this is just so much more fun. This is so much more fun to translate. And this kitty cat is stuck on a screen. But this card usually means like a small death of personality because of all the logic. And even in this case, it would be like working someone to death with their brain in a corporate job or something. Because if someone's getting dumped, if somebody's getting more work from a different department, then that sounds like overload. But no, the current employer is not going to do that. But looking into the detail of the card, I'm <sighs> resetting my brain. There there is a small death about this card. A feeling of being stuck in a screen door. I think that is exactly how the situation feels. It feels like you're stuck in this position of I want, like, this card, this cat is stuck on a screen, a little scared of what of what I think is going to be what the current employer is going to give you in terms of work. And I feel like there's a bit of stuckness there. I feel like there's a bit of fear, and it's just an unhappy time wondering what you're going to be given for work when there's rumors being flying about. So, and that is what the cards are telling me. So I hope that helps you out, Francis. I know it took us a little time to get there, but I hope that answer helps you out. Okay, and then I have Nikolai. I'll put this one away. There we go. Nikolai. How will the general public in Hollywood versus home perceive me? So the general public. Hollywood versus home team. Home. Okay, here we go. So it's going to be general public, Hollywood versus home. I'm going to pick a deck that wants to answer Nikolai's question. Which deck? It is the King of Hufflepuff, so 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, which is the Robinwood turret. Come on out. Come on out, Robinwood turret. Okay, so general public opinion on Nikolai. And I love fun questions, always bring them. I love to do them. How will the general public in Hollywood versus home perceive me when she's rich and famous? How will the general public perceive Nikolai? Let's see, so the Hollywood team and The home team. All right. So, come here. Come here. There we go. So the home team and the Hollywood. So in Hollywood, the general public is going to see you as a high priestess. And the high priestess is the feminine, not the feminine, the higher power, the spiritual path. A bit mysterious, very alluring, very mystical. Very much, they're going to see you, the general public in Hollywood are going to see you as one of those walking in the mists, mysterious celebrities that came out of nowhere. That kind of fun mystery story. Alright, so that's how Hollywood public sees you, and then how the home public sees you as you're just going to do your job. Oh yeah, she went to go work in Hollywood. Because the three of coins is always like a job related card to me, because it three deals with groups of people, and the coins is health, wealth, and earth. So these people get together to work on wealth together. It's a job. And obviously in the picture, you can also see this one worker working on a bit of something. It's not the complete project, so we can assume that there's other people working on this project with him. So your home team is gonna say, oh, she's just doing her job, and then Hollywood's gonna be like, wow, this amazing, mysterious woman from this small town. Oh, look, the Hollywood people are gonna make up the fun stories. The home team is just gonna ground you and say you came from humble roots. All right, hope that helps you, Nikolai. I'm gonna put this deck back, and then I'm gonna have a drink of water. Ah, water. Water is my friend. Okay, let's see what she has to say. And Francis John says, oh my god, I'm glad. Meh. Then they're planning to dump me? Sorry, when I said dump me, it's like an expression here is that if you get other works, if you get other work from a different department, then the department is just dumping their workload on you. It's not that they're dumping you. My American slang, I guess, our weird usage of words, probably. And Francis says, thank you so much again. You're a welcome. Happy to help out. Preston says, is my Leo thinking of me? I will ask the cards. So, Preston is on the list. And I will get back to you, Preston, after I'm done catching up on chat. And Nikolai says, heart, heart, heart. Oh my god, I love that. Heart, heart, heart. I love that. Laughing out loud. Heart, heart, heart. Laugh out loud, laugh out loud, laugh out loud. Yes. Again, thanks. Heart, heart. And you are very welcome, Nikolai. It's always fun to do your readings. Don't be afraid to ask silly questions. It's always fun to get silly answers. And John says, do you know the horned god in Wicca? I know of the horned god. I have not met them personally. So, Preston's question, since I've caught up on chat, is my Leo thing on me? Right. Which deck? Which deck? Which deck? Which deck? Which deck? Which deck? Which deck is a quick deck? Number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Gay Tarot. The Gay Tarot is Preston's Leo thinking of Preston? Is Preston's Leo thinking of Preston? Is Preston Leo thinking about Preston? And the answer is no. We're going to look into the cards for more details. This is the Wheel of Life, which in other decks is the Wheel of Fortune. And this is telling us that the Leo is thinking about other life concerns than Preston at the moment. So don't be disheartened. It is just that he can't be thinking of you all the time. He has other things to think about, and also, this is a karmic or fate deck, karmic or fate card, which means that there's a whole lot of other things going on behind the veil, as it wants to be said. And you might not get to see all those details, but you gotta trust that they're working in your favor. Alright, I hope that helps you out, Preston. Okay, and then I'm gonna have a drink of water and look at the chat. Boop. Okay, and John asks, do you work with deities? And then John did follow up with, oh, you said you didn't. And basically, I don't. Sometimes I will go when the situation calls for it, I will go look up a god and for a time see if they'll help me with my problem, and then I'll ask them for some help, and then I kind of just go about my day, and usually the problem gets solved. The one deity that I do like a lot is Ganesh, which is the elephant-headed Hindu god, and he is a clearer of obstacle. And I have one necklace from a friend who worships Hindu, and I have his necklace, and I've only worn that necklace with Ganesh because he cleared a lot of my obstacles. And I would really like to find that necklace again, because when I was wearing his necklace, I didn't have as many problems as I do, so maybe I should get back into him. So I'm gonna put Ganesh on my list. Thank you for reminding me about him, by the way. And then we have and Ankita says, hi Ankita. And Ankita says, will our stay in the office? Question mark 2, does wanted to leave office because of other our girl left. So we did Preston. I guess we're starting a new list. There we go. So Ankita, you are on the list. And John retracted a message. And John says, yeah. Ankita says that's Ganesha. Yeah, it's Ganesha, but it's also sometimes, he's also called Ganesh, so I kind of adopted the name Ganesh. It's Ganesha, yeah. You know the god that I'm talking about, so the communication was heard clearly. And Ethereal Vibes says, hey, I need a reading and advice. Okay, go ahead and drop your question in the chat and I'll put you on the list. John says, Kali clears negativity. Yeah, Kali will blow right through negativity with violence. And Nikolai Superstar says, I love Aphrodite and Poseidon. Lol emoji and heart. Yes. Ethereal Vibe says, what are Anthony's feelings and intentions towards me? Alright, so Ethereal is on the list. And Francis says, I love Callie. Oh my god. Who's the deity that you normally go to? For me, it's Ganesh, as I've said. I'm not sure about everyone else, though. I mean, is the Buddha considered a deity? I thought he was just always like the Buddha. I'm gonna put Buddha too, because Buddha is my religion. Who is the deity you don't really go to? Ethereal Vibe says, I need advice. So I've been seeing a guy for about a year and a half, and he would block me and unblock me to hang out every 2 weeks. What is his intentions? And John says, for Seti, I've been working on connecting with him. Good for you. And Francis Johns says, I've never met a tarot card reading who calls on Jesus. Why that? Um, is that a personal question or should I ask the cards? Yeah, no, what? I'm curious enough. I'm gonna ask the cards. We're gonna ask the cards, Francis. Why? Why are there no tarot card readers who follow Jesus? I am so super curious about that. Because I'm not one of those that can't personally answer it, so why not ask the cards? Okay, John says, what female Norse deity do I align with? It's a very good question, John. I'll put you on the list. Nikolai retracted their message. John said, nah, not really. And John says, no tarot reader will call on Jesus. I've grown up Pentecostal Christian, so heck no. And Nikolai says, was that video by Messages in Music and Tarot about me? Was that video by Messages in Music and Tarot about me? I don't know, ask the cards. Wow. There's like 5 people on my list. That's pretty cool. Alright, so I am going to give a quick warning that I have been streaming for 1 hour and 32 minutes, and I have a cap of 2 hours for every stream because otherwise I get super burnt out. So we're going to see what the time is after that list. And if I've hit 2 hours after this list, then I can't take any more questions, okay? Alright, so let's do this. Okay, Ankita's question. Ankita, you've been so patient. Thank you. Okay, so Ankita said we're gonna pick a deck for Ankita. Quick deck. Which deck? Which deck? Which deck? Quick deck. Which deck? Which deck? Which deck? Quick deck. Okay. Which deck? It's a quick tarot card question. So, Hufflepuff 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Gay Tarot. The Gay Tarot. Okay. I'm gonna answer. Will R stay in the office? Does wanted to leave office because the other R girl left? That's like 2 questions. Will R stay in the office? Does wanted to leave office because the other R girl left? So I'm gonna guess here that the second part of that is, does he want to leave the office because another girl left? So does R want to leave because a girl left. Okay. Gage Eric, correct. Okay, so will R stay in the office? And does R want to leave because the girl left? Okay. Will R stay in the office? Yes. And does he want to leave because the other girl left? And yes. So, okay. Is R still in the office? Yes. Now this is the Major Arcana, and it's called Revelation. And this, in other decks, is the Tower. And the Tower is when foundations crumble, or a building was not set on a stable foundation. This is when chaos hits. This is when people get thrown out of buildings because of earthquakes. Just chaos happens and hits. And he will stay in the office, but under what cost, or what will happen to that poor office when he's there? And does he want to leave because another girl left? And the answer is yes. And it is the Eight of Swords. And swords are logic, air, and of the mind, so mental things. And I remember the 8 is the feeling of being blinded and tied by the mastery of your own thoughts, like being too caught up and blinded and bound up by your thoughts. So he is too focused on this girl leaving, so he wants to follow her, and by using a train to travel if necessary. So I hope that helps you out, Anika. I'm gonna put these away. And that is what the cards have to say. Okay, so Anika. Oh, I forgot to turn the list back. And then we got Ethereal is next. What was Ethereal's question? Okay, so what are Anthony's feelings and intentions towards me? And I do see that you have another question later, and I will get to that one too. See, what are Anthony? What are Anthony's feelings and intentions towards ethereal. So Anthony's feelings and intentions. We need a deck. We need a deck for ethereal vibes. We need a deck. We need a deck. Let's see, number 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the octopus turret, and that was Gryffindor. So Anthony's feelings and intentions towards ethereal vibe. Anthony's feelings and intentions. Anthony's feelings and intentions. Anthony's feelings and intentions. That's good. Okay, Anthony's feelings and Anthony's intentions. Let's see what we've got. We got the 5 of Cups for feelings and the Page of Pentacles for intentions. So Anthony's feelings is the 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups is emotions, water, and relationships. That is the suit of cups. And then the number 5 is usually the conflict number of the suit. And that's going to be when you are focusing on the spilled cups. So you're sad, but you don't see that you have 2 other cups remaining because you're too focused on those spilled cups. And these feelings are very much like that. Everything's a bit awkward and wibbly wobbly and spilling. And the 1 filled cup is being ignored. It's being held gently, but ignored. So his feelings are focusing on, oh, woe was me, something bad has happened, instead of focusing on what they can do or what the good thing could be, they are focusing on the bad stuff. And that will emotionally bring you down. Now, the Page of Pentacles for intentions. And the Page of Pentacles is that young youth getting into learning how to make wealth. Because the Pentacles are health, wealth, and earth. And it's the youth learning how to navigate the world of resources. Oh yeah, Pentacles is also resources. So learning how to make wealth, basically. So this youth is going to be learning. The page, the youth, is also sometimes a messenger. So it depends on what they are learning. They're just gonna have to do a lot of stuff from their teacher. But it's very much a wealth-focused intention. So resources they are not being pinned down here. It's a bunch of stuff that haven't been intentioned, but this is part of a bit of the scatterbrain of the youth and the page, because they haven't quite learned how to focus, so their intention is kind of all over the place. Alright, so I hope that helps you out on Anthony's intentions and feelings. Cereal. And then Francis's really fun question. Francis's really fun question about Jesus and tarot cards. So which deck would like to handle this? I think that's a tarot card question. So why do no tarot card readers call on Jesus? Why do no tarot card readers call on Jesus? Which deck would like that question? It's a very fun question. Super fun question. Super interesting. Okay, number 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, lovely. I love this. The Supernatural deck is going to take this one. And also, it's Gryffindor. Gryffindor 3. I love that the Winchesters are going to tell us why tarot card readers don't call on Jesus. Alright. So why do tarot card readers do not call on Jesus? Why? Oh, why Winchesters? Why does no tarot card reader call upon Jesus? Why is Jesus left out of the game? Ooh, that was such a nice shuffle. That's the one. So, why? The Page of Goblets. Alright, so... the Page of Goblets. So goblets is cups. Cups is emotion and water and relationships. The page is the youth of the suit. And this, just the impression on the card, the person on the card to me looks like a Jesus worshiper, like a very Christian, like, oh my golly, kind of soft spoken lady. The Page of Goblets. Also, the Page of Goblets is, their emotions are constantly churning. They're a bit unstable emotionally. They're beginning their journey of stabilizing their emotions. And I believe that is what this card is trying to tell me, is that most Christians are not normally emotionally regulated, and they aren't tapping in to what they need to as a tarot card reader needs to. They have other things teaching them how to feel, and that is just not what they jump to. They are told to do other things. They are told to follow different rules, and they are told that tarot cards are not part of what good little girls do, so don't do them. And therefore, all the Jesus worshippers, they don't pick up the cards. They just, their emotions are too unsteady, and they're just not brought up in the right environment. So that's why you don't really see tarot card readers that call on Jesus. However, some Christians do pick up angel cards, but that does not mean they call on Jesus. Just a little note from the cards. Alright, I hope that helps answer the question. I found that to be a very interesting perspective. I hope you did too. Alright, so Francis, and then we got John. And what female Norse deity do I align with? So, John, I don't know the Norse deities very much, but I will do a card pull for that, and maybe you'll be able to find your answer through that reading. So, which deck? The quick deck. Not that one, though. There we go. That's a better one. Quick deck. Which, number 4 of Hufflepuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Prisma Visions. So, what female Norse deity does John align with? What female Norse deity does John align with? What female Norse deity does John align with? Okay, the 9 of Swords. Okay. So swords are thoughts, logic, and air. This guy is looking into the mouth of a raptor bird with gigantic teeth that are about to probably eat him. I know this card is one of angst and I'm letting the words I'm letting my brain find the right word for what this card brings. Regret. That was the word. The Nine of Swords. Anguish. And the 9 is gather, like, the 9 of Swords. So whichever goddess is tied to the mind, and whichever goddess is tied to a deep emotional upsetting, that is the female goddess that you align with. Alright, John, that is the reading I got from the cards. You know your deities, so go find that female goddess. Alright, and then we have Nikolai. And Nikolai, we're going to pick a deck for your question. It's a tarot card question. It's a tarot card question. Okay, it's number 6 of Hufflepuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Ravenwood Tarot. Was that video by Messages in Music in Tarot about Nikolai? Was that video by Messages in Music in Tarot about Nikolai? Alright, and the answer is yes. And it was about you. And we're looking further into it. This is the Empress. This is a major arcana. So it's definitely about you. A pregnancy, abundance, queenhood, femininity, resources. It's all here. It's all about the female power and ruling the roost from wisdom and, using your resources correctly. So this is a big yes, definitely. I hope that helps you out, Nikolai. Alright, and with that, I have hit my 2-hour mark. I am going to check chat before I go. But after I check chat, I'm gonna go sleep. Sleeping is important. Sleeping is important for mental health. Mental health. So I'm gonna take a drink. I'm gonna read your chats. Let's see here. And Francis says, yes, please. And Ankita says, please do my question. And I did. And Francis says, I'll go now, but please do answer my question. I will listen to it later. I do love that YouTube saves these and posts them automatically. This is the best. Thanks a lot again for the insightful readings. You are very welcome. I love doing the readings with you. They're very fun. Ethereal Vibes retracted their message. Ankita retracted a message. And Ankita says, can you please do another one for me? I do apologize. I cannot. I'm over the 2 hours, so I have to stop. And Ankita says, does he likes the other R? Or he liked me, and if he knows how much I like him. Okay, so Ankita, come back tomorrow, 22 hours, and I will have more time to do your questions. So bring all your questions back then. I really do want to answer them, honey. I just can't. I've been streaming for 2 hours and I'm burnt. I need sleep. And John says, I got a question. Is Hamsa good for warding off negativity in general? Again, 22 hours, 8:30 EST, Eastern Standard Time. I'll be back and able to answer questions. Ankita says, it's morning. Already upset because he want to leave. I'm so sorry, honey. 22 hours. I'll be back tomorrow. Ethereal Vibes retracted their message. And Kinda Star says hi. Hi, Kinda Star. Welcome. You look new. So I do have to apologize. I've been streaming for 2 hours and my limit is 2 hours. But I do stream every day, so come back in 22 hours and I'll be able to do any questions. I'm just reading through chat before I go to bed. I'm very tired. But hi, welcome, and thank you for subscribing. And John says, interesting question, and Kinda Star 33 says, will I get new career opportunities soon, and how? And I would love to answer that question. But again, I'm over 2 hours. I am burnt. I really do want to answer it, but it's going to have to wait for tomorrow for after I'm recharged, okay? So 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then I'll be refreshed and ready for more questions. And Kinda Star says, please how in another shuffle. And Preston says, thank you, Sparkly Heart. John says, no problem. Nikolai Superstar says, heart, thank you, smiley emoji. You are so welcome, Nikolai. Kinda Star says, please me. I'm sorry again, honey. 22 hours and I'll be back and refreshed. So 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, come back, alright? Tomorrow. Every day. And Ankita says, thank you. John says, I'm just asking if you know about that. It's not a tarot card question. Which one? Oh, I got a question. Is hamster good for warding off negativity in general? Again, I don't know, so I would actually ask the cards. That's just what I do. I'm a tarot card reader. I don't know. I read cards. Hamster. So I know it says hamsa, but my brain turns it into hamster because that is the most related word. I apologize. I'm not trying to make fun. It's just not a common word Therefore, my brain makes associations trying to learn it. That's how my brain processes stuff. Alright, so I love you all. Thank you for your questions. Again, I will be refreshed in 22 hours and I will be back. I love you all. Bring your questions back tomorrow. And I'll see you then. Bye. Love you. Bye.